What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm gonna get straight to the point. This is gonna be a very important topic. This is something that I'm noticing a trend of a little more than usual. Um, and I think it's time we talk about it. You know, it's this domestic violence, man. It's ramping up. It's getting bad. People are under stress. People are under financial stress. You got people with health issues. Don't know how they gonna live on with life, knowing they got to worry about looking over their back because you can be gone in the blink of an eye and don't know when it's gonna come for you. Um, my man out here, man. I've been seeing some things that's kind of disturbing to me. You know, I put it to you like this: for you guys out here who are dating women, and you know, some of them tend to have a sort of flaky kind of mentality when it comes to dating. It kind of wishy washy. You can't take that serious, y'all. You can't take it to the heart. You can't don't end your life, based off of a woman rejecting you. You got to know how to, man, dust your hands off, go on down the path of life, man, and find a purpose in what you're doing for yourself. And I say that because in 2024, uh, I don't quite remember the lady's name, but she was 25 years old. You can go look it up and do the research. Mobile, Alabama. Uh, she was killed by a guy that she went on one date with. One. She moved, changed the numbers. You know, she tried her best to put a gap between them so that she can have the privacy and the space that she needs so he can move on with his life and she can move on with him. Well, with his life. But he couldn't take the rejection. And so he broke into her house and shot her twice. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this case, if it's not already still pending, they just reached a verdict. I believe they gave him life. But I'll be honest, man. This obsession with people, it has to stop. It has to stop. You know, you can't force your way into somebody's life. Okay, if they don't want you, regardless of what the circumstance is, you can't force them to accept you. You have to move on with your life, man. There's plenty of people out here. Now, I want to talk about for a slight second, man, something that's been going on for decades, especially dealing with the black man and the black woman, unfortunately. And that's this whole thing of child support. That's this whole thing of our family structure being disconnected and divided by an institution that incentivizes women to not want to be with their men. And I don't point the finger at any gender, but it's my opinion that if you're gonna start a family with someone, if you're gonna have a child by someone, if you're gonna create a link like this with someone, it'll be in both of you guys' best interest to make it work with as less pain, stress, trauma as possible. Don't make it hard in your relationship. Don't make it hard in your co-parenting. Don't make it hard for the child because you have a certain type of animosity towards a person or vice versa. Because at the end of the day, neither one of the parties win because the only people that really win is the system. Because they are the ones who collect the fees and, the finances from the drama and chaos of your relationships and situationships. So I looked up a fact, man. If you don't know how much money flows through the industry when it comes to, or institutions, I should say, when it comes to this divorce system and all that, 25 to 30 billion dollars flow through that institution year round. It's a lot of money in seeing people separated. It's a lot of money in having people conflict with each other. It's a lot of money involved in it. Uh, Man, we got to stop it. We got to stop it. Uh, put your differences aside. Usually back in the day, they used to say somebody got to be the bigger person. I believe in Both parties being the bigger person. Put your pride up. Put your quit being arrogant when it comes to uh you know common sense things. Quit trying to control. We talking about both male and female. Quit trying to control one another with incentives that you think benefit you. It don't benefit you. It benefits the institution, and in the long term, it hurts the child because most children want to see their mother and their father together. We got to stop this shit. It's out of hand. It's just out of hand. The hatred and the miscommunication and the envy that people walk around in their hearts with, it's insane. It done got so bad to where you can damn near see it on their face. You can see it on their face. It's bad. So we got to get a grip on this, people. I mean, I know it's not going to be an overnight fix, but God damn it, we got to start somewhere. There has to be an effort put forth to trying to change this situation, trying to change the mental of our young men and our young women, because it's only going to get worse down the line the more we continue down this pipeline. It's going to get worse. Your children, they watch what you do. Your pets, they watch what you do. They mimic you. It's like a unseen energy that's there, but it connects either way. So we got to do better, y'all. We got to do better on this. This ain't gonna cut it. You would think with modern day technology and advancements and technological creations and all that kind of stuff, you would think we would be getting better with age. You would think we'd be getting better when it comes to the future, but we're getting worse. And yes, I could say the music has a lot to do with it, but that's a whole different avenue. We'll talk about that some other time. But another clean topic that I want to kind of put out here right quick and touch on: children born out of wedlock. It got to stop. Everything I'm talking about right now all branches from that. Having the child out of wedlock is what creates the animosity. It creates the separation. It creates the imbalance of two people, male and female, not being able to connect with one another, because most of the time when people have kids, they're not even equally yoked in the first place. That's what creates the animosity. So having children out of wedlock, hey, it's not such a good idea. I have my own personal beliefs on how I believe that thing should work out. For right now, I keep it to myself. But common sense is common sense. Dysfunction stems from disorder or chaos. It stems from something that's not structured. When there's no structure to something, what does it do? It falls apart. So when you're having a child out of wedlock, you just have a mother raising the child, or you just have a father raising the child. It creates imbalance in the child, whether you see it in while they're young or in the long term. But make no mistake, you will see it at some point. And every now and then you might have a child that, becomes an anomaly, like Neo off the Matrix. And they might go ahead and be a prodigy in some form or fashion, but it's definitely not the norm. We got to stop it. We got to stop it. It's not doing any of us any favors. All it's doing is separating us more. It's keeping us ignorant. It's keeping us bickering amongst each other. It doesn't work. So I just don't understand why I see what I see. Because I'm 32 years old. I was born in the 90s. And in my opinion, my generation got the last bit of structure and, discipline. We got that ass whooped when we were out of place. So we kind of grew up with some fundamental lessons and morals about ourselves that keep us grounded on certain things. In other words, we have more of a conscience toward things. So that's one thing I noticed about the newer generation. They don't have the conscience because they never had the discipline, because the parent never had the balance. So that's what's going on, and it's repeating itself continuously, especially when you're having 2, 3, 4 kids on top of one another and you're making the same mistake after mistake after mistake, but the same mistake. That's what the problem is. We got to stop that shit. Got to stop it. I don't care how it's done. It needs to be done in a way where everybody can mutually benefit from that decision. We got to stop it. Um, it got to stop, man. And then my thing is this, y'all. Grow up, man. A lot of people out here, they immature. They have very childish like behavior. Um, you know, grow up. Because at some point when you're 26, 27, you're not young anymore. You're going into being a middle-aged person. You got to live like the age that you are. You can't be dwelling on 18, 17, 16 years old. America has that bad. We have a very bad what we call a youth culture. This forever young shit. Cut it out. It's diabolical. It's self-destructive. It got to stop. And and I'm not here to point the finger at anybody. What I'm just basically stating is the obvious. I'm not the only one that gets tired of seeing this stuff out here. I hear people complain all the time about the unfairness and the chaos. You can call it political chaos in a way, but I like to look at it like it's to me it's social chaos. So a lot of people are complaining about it, whether they speak up on it or not. We can't continue down this road like this. It's not going to be able to sustain if we stay this course. And yes, I'm able to talk about it now, but it'll get to the point so bad where, talking about it, man, it's just like it's like throwing out the trash. It's a waste. It's just a waste. But tune in, y'all. I got more coming. I've been having some things going on in the background, kind of really getting more situated now with some things. But appreciate you for watching. Tune in to the next one. Got more coming. God bless you. Stay safe.